If there's one thing I like to do, it's a good rant. And so this rant is going to be about AI. A lot of people are talking about AI, it's all over the news. Of course, I'm gonna talk about it because it affects my industry probably more than a lot of other ones, because AI is threatening to take all of our jobs. I don't think that's what's going to happen. A lot of people are nervous. A lot of people aren't sure what to do about AI and what it means for the greater scheme of things. Some people, yes, are going to lose jobs, but I also think that it's those people's responsibility to pivot and be nimble. You can't stop society, you can't stop progress, and you can't stop growth. You can't put genies back in the bottle, myself included. Here's what I think is gonna happen. AI has been a part of our lives for a while. Automation has been part of our lives. You have things that will automatically change the way that your spelling works. You will have ways to automatically look something up or ask for suggestions that is based off of a database. And that's really all AI is. But what's happening now is it is starting to take all of these prompts and combine them into something that's a little bit more useful. But it's still based on data, right? In the near term, I think that AI is gonna start writing a lot of stuff for us, because I can tell you how hard it is to write, how hard it is to write persuasively, how hard it is to understand how to structure a sentence. And to be honest, I'm not convinced that AI can do it yet. I know that there are people out there who would be far more effective if they had somebody who could coach them from a communication standpoint just on the way they write their emails alone. And that's where AI is kind of cool. I'm a writer by nature. I always have been. Creative communicator. I better be a writer. So the way I've been using AI lately is, I'm stumped, let me use this to get me unstumped. It's like a writer's block tool. It's amazing. So that's the first way, is in writing. Now you have this other subset of AI on visuals. And it's really interesting because I've been playing around with some of these and I love it. It will allow me to produce an image that is far better than I could do without that tool. Here's some examples. Ultimately, what I can do is I can write up a prompt and it's going to spit out an image. These images, over the last 6 months, have gotten better and better and better. When I first did it, it could not do a mammoth. It just couldn't. It like did this weird blob in the sky. It was like just a hairball. It was bizarre. And they still are bizarre if you look at the details, but it's getting better and it's only going to continue to get better. It is on this uphill curve of being something incredible. That is really cool to me, because if I can sit down and put together a prompt, it can paint better than me, it can do lighting better than me, it can illustrate, it can do cartoons, it can do textures, all these things better than me. However, I still have to guide it. With all of this AI stuff, you have to guide it because I have an objective, and that objective is to reach somebody a certain way. There's no way that a computer is going to be able to read my mind the same way that you can't read your customers' minds. You have to ask questions, they have to prompt you, and that communication is always going to be there. So I don't think it's going to replace marketing. What I do think is going to happen is it is going to speed everything up, and it's going to push us all down to creative lengths faster, further, and more often. It's going to be really cool, and I'm excited to see how things go. We're already starting to integrate elements of this into our business in small ways first, usually for ourselves. I'm sitting down and buying access to all these tools and then handing it over to my staff to say, if you need a little jostle out of your creative slumber, give this thing a shot. The world's changing, and it's always changing. Marketing has been that for the past 20 years, since I joined, basically. I joined right at the end of the phone book era. If you are looking at AI, just be nimble, and you want to make sure you're not left behind. That's the biggest thing about AI. If you are left behind because other people are leveraging the tool before you get to it, that's a danger. You need to know what it is, you need to know how you can utilize it to do the things better, faster, and stronger. That's my rant. You have a good one.